just realized I left my noisemakers because we're celebrating. We're celebrating. We're celebrating. We are celebrating. We are celebrating. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Berta. Good morning. What are we celebrating? We're celebrating 2 year. Good morning. We're celebrating our 2 year anniversary of Solace Saturday. We are celebrating Mother's Day. This is Mother's Day weekend, and you know the month of May we pay tribute to all women, right? So it's a celebration, and I forgot my noisemakers. You'll understand how I'm forgetting stuff in about 2 minutes, right? But good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You'll see this face, you'll hear this voice. You'll know it's 8 o'clock, it's 8 a.m., and it's time for Solace Saturday. So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Right? So I am Cherise Stevenson, your life strategist. I'm your host of Solace Saturday, where we are live in my temporary studio. So what you see is what you get, and what you hear is exactly what you heard. It's not pre-recorded. It's not rehearsed. I don't have prompt cards. I don't have prompters. There's nothing written. There's nothing edited. There's nothing. There's nothing. This is it. This is what you get. This is it. Right? So Solace Saturday is a platform that was birthed out of my trilogy of books, which I will show you in a second. But we use this moment as a mirror, not to look at ourselves, but to look within ourselves. And why do we do that? We do that to do away with negativity. And the only way to do away with negativity is what? You combat it with positivity, right? So it's a platform. We are helpers one to another. We're growing together. We're learning together. We're healing together. We're loving together. And it's not just about me. It's not just about you. It's about us, right? So again, I said, this platform was birthed out of the trilogy. And the trilogy is the trilogy of my books, right? And here's my first baby in honor of Mother's Day, right? My firstborn was unnamed and unwanted. What am I here for? Right? That's my first child. And then my problem child, my middle child, unnamed and unwanted, the possibilities of me. And I love the concept of this as well, because here's the possibilities, not limited to, but you can be a leader, an athlete, a teacher, an actor, a doctor, whatever you want to be. And we deal with some things of the possibilities of God that didn't happen and how we can overcome that. And then the baby, the launcher, the reason why we're here today, unnamed and unwanted, I know who I am, the process to positivity. This is not the only process, but it is a process towards positivity on this journey that we call bigger, better, greater, right? So if you're good, then let's be better. And if you're better, let's be great. There's always room for improvement. There's always room for learning. There's always room for growth. There's always room and opportunity to change, right? So we use this platform in hopes of to challenge you to make a choice to change. That's the hardest part. Not the process is a process, but to make that choice to change is the stigma that we are trying to develop, right? So again, welcome. We got a lot to deal with today. Like I said, this is Mother's Day weekend. This platform for the month of May is dedicated to all women or moms. Men, you are not excluded. Men, you are not excluded. So I need to see my male audience on here today, right? And each Saturday for this month, we have guest speakers. So before we venture into that, let me, as my audience would say, do my church announcements, right? Right? We got the sick and shut-in list. We got the birthdays. We got church announcements. We got everything on here, right? So, birthday shout outs. And if I don't say it, it's either two reasons. Either I don't know or I forgot. So, but my director, who I believe is either traveling or is about to travel, but her birthday is I think the 15th. So happy birthday to my director. Her name is Nancy McMiller, but I call her director because she was my director in the office. So she has a name. Her name is Nancy McMiller. So happy birthday, director. And then one of my male followers, you're not going to ever see him on the platform, but he watches. His birthday was yesterday. His birthday was yesterday. And so happy birthday, Travius Sharp. And ironically enough, his daughter's birthday was 2 days before that. So happy birthday, Destiny Sharp, which is my boogie woogie. And congratulations on your choice of college and graduating this year. Awesome, awesome job. Also, shout out to my nephew Tyrone, who is wearing me out simply because his parents went to his award ceremony the other day. And I was like, did you take a shopping cart? Because this boy has been on the honor roll since day one. He's in the honor society. He got colleges from here to, of course, C's trying to get him. He got scholarships. He got so I'm tired of Tyrone. Okay, I'm tired of Tyrone. Tyrone Jones. I'm tired of you. Okay, great. Congratulations to everybody who's graduating this year. My team member Colleen, she got a house full of graduates right now. Shout them out. Congratulations to them. Hey, Tiff. Who else, if I could just think off the top of my head, that's connected to me? One of my good friends, Tiffany Holder, she just graduated with her bachelor's. Congratulations to her. Awesome job. It's not easy going to school as an adult and you got a job and you got kids and they got their own personalities and the stuff and the things. It takes a level of dedication and commitment to do it as an adult. So shout out to Tiffany Holder. I think that's all I can remember. Like off the top, it's so many. Right. Oh my gosh, Shauna. Ugh, I forget my own little cousin. I'm sorry, boo, because I'm so focused on everything else she's doing. She's graduating with her bachelor's this weekend, and but we've been celebrating in the office since she got the news. So I think the actual ceremony is coming up. But congratulations to Shauna and her new job and her new home, and congratulations to Roberta on her new home. Listen, you'll stay connected because if you're looking for new homes and stuff and things, this is what I'm sharing because you'll need to be encouraged. It can be done. Right? So, so much that I can think of, right? Yeah. So graduates, congratulations. Birthdays, congratulations. Good morning, Rufus. Good morning, Shaka. Because I felt them in my spirit scratching their ear like she ain't saying my name. I got you. Good morning, Rufus. Good morning, Shaka. That's my feline audience, y'all. So, and they're spoiled. And they need to hear their name every Saturday. So there. We're still praying. We're still praying for the world at this point because that's just where we are. Can't pinpoint it. You used to be able to just pinpoint it. Oh, pray for this location, pray for this person. Pray, period. That's the end of that. Lord Jesus. Yeah, we still have my intimate prayer list, which includes my nanny and Vanessa and her family, my staff, Legacy, There's just things we don't share. But it's happening, especially with health issues and things of that nature. So please just pray. Just pray. Just if you just say, God, do it. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but you know, send help, send comfort, right? I also want to solicit prayers because it's Mother's Day. Everybody ain't celebrating. We're still praying and holding up my girlfriend, Marche Hosley, who just lost her mom. You know, there are parents who have lost children. There are children who have lost their moms. My cousin Tiffany, who's on here, we're still holding you up in prayer. Who was also my cousin. Asheville DNA, Tiffany Armstrong. So it's crazy. Neither of my mothers are here, but I don't feel what my cousin Tiffany feels because there was no relationship, there was no bond, and we're going to get into that today. So I don't know what that feeling means, but I've had some women who I was able to call mom that who are no longer here. So them I miss, them I feel. But I are not being a mom. For those who've, you know, whether you gave birth and you lost your child, or you were pregnant and you lost your child, we're praying. We're praying that God will just give you some kind of peace that surpasses all understanding and just wrap you in comfort of his love and just let you know that everything is going to be all right. It's just, and I'm really talking to myself because I struggle with that, not just Mother's Day, but every day. To pray for something and then get it and then lose it. I don't understand that. And I'm just being transparent. I don't understand that. But happy. Oh, this is a good one too. Thank you for that. Let me put that up there. We're praying for women who don't have relationships with their kids and are doubting their motherhood. Yeah. Yeah, we're praying for them too. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I don't even know where to go with that. So we're just gonna move on. So yeah, right. So announcements. Let's finish the announcements. Right. I have two great announcements. Number one, I actually have a co-host today. I have a co-host today. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready to see who my co-host is? Are y'all ready? Okay. Ta-da! I have a co-host today. This is my co-host. Can you see him? Can you see how cute he is? Can you see what the shirts say? Can you see it? He was supposed to be here last week, right? He was supposed to have made his debut last week, but he got lost in the mail. But he found his way home. They brought him to me. And you see that shirt? You see him? You see how cute he is? This is why. Don't he look like me? Look. Don't he look like me? Look at us. Look at us. He look just like me, right? Look, right? Okay. So this is, I have to give him a name. But this is from my online shop with Cherise. And we have bigger, better, greater merchandise. And some people bought t-shirts, and some people, like my sister Rhonda, she bought pillow covers. And I just wanted it for myself. I want to partake in the purchase. And he is so soft and so huggable. He don't feel like burlap, that stuff that's itchy and it can't bend. And and he's so soft, and I'm holding him because he's so soft. Oh, isn't he cute? He's adorable. And he's oh my gosh, but he's on the website, on the shop online. Good morning, Auntie. And this is one of the many items that is on the online shop, right? For bigger, better, greater. And it actually says Solace Saturday with Cherise Stevenson at the top. So it's so hot. It's so dope. Thank you, Berta. Thank you for loving my baby. This is my baby. He's so cute. I can't put him down. He's so cute. Don't worry. I got something to teach y'all today. I had to share that with y'all. So listen, shop online. It's called Shop with Cherise. Cute items. All kind of t-shirts, tank tops, water bottles, duffel bag, teddy bears. But pretty much he does, right? They could be their cousins, Tiffany, their cousins. Right. So support the line, support me. If you love this platform, support those of you who have made purchases. Please leave a review, right? I have to go back on there and leave a review, right? But I was fighting for my baby. Honey, I went to the post office. Where's my baby? And that's so funny that I'm talking about this because it's going to be right in sync with what I got to talk to you guys about, right? So, but honey, they brought me my baby. Brought him back to me on Tuesday. They sure did. And it was, oh, that's my stinky pookie, right? Shop online. It's called Shop with Cherise. Go check it out. It's cute. Support. Buy something, please, for me. Okay, great. So that's announcement number 1. Announcement number 2. I wanted to do this more, I don't want to say professional, but more, I wanted a better presentation of it, right? It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Not that I'm saying it's a big deal, but the overall essence of it all, it's a big deal. And I felt my audience deserved better. Thank you, Berta. I felt my audience deserved that level of presentation, but because time is of the essence, I'm just going to tell you guys, okay? So it's beyond my control. I'm a participant in all of this, okay? So listen, guys. Okay, where's my tissue? Okay, because somebody's going to make me cry. I feel it. My eyes are soggy. All right, so Saturday, May 27th, right? Yeah, I said Saturday. Don't worry, Solace Saturday will still have a platform. We will still have a platform on the 27th. However, on the 27th of this month, I am Cherise Stevenson, am being ordained to the office of an elder. Wow, I don't believe I really said it out loud. Yeah, I am being elevated to the office of an elder. It's beyond my control. This is strictly between God, my bishop, and the church. I don't know how to feel about it, if you're wondering. I don't know how to feel about it. Yeah, that's all I got. If you can make it, I would love to see you guys. Auntie Linda, Auntie Sandy. I need help. I need support. It's a big deal in the kingdom. But if I can just be transparent before we get into today's life lesson, I'm struggling with why. And I don't know if anybody can understand that. Like, why me? Why God want to use me? Why God want to choose me? Why? It's such a humbling experience. It's such an honor. And it's a lot. Thank you, everyone. It's a lot. But that's the information. That's the announcement. I apologize for not having a better presentation for you because I was waiting on the flyer and stuff and things. I feel my people deserve that. But I pray that you guys can make it. If not, I totally understand. I understand it's Memorial Day weekend. I understand that Sunday is also Pentecost Sunday. But I understand. I understand. I understand. Like my own kids is not going to be here because it's Memorial Day weekend. They got plans. I believe we will be able to stream it, which is why I have the name of I have all the information posted. So if you go on the page of that church, this is not my church. We're renting out a building. So if you go on the page of Apostolic Temple of Jesus Christ, they do have a Facebook page. I went on there. We'll be streaming if you can't make it. But if you can make it, please be there. Oh my God, I would love to see y'all in person. It would be the strength that I need to make it through that day. You know, I will go as far to say is you order some Solace Saturday t-shirts and wear them to the service. Wear them to the service. Oh my God, I would be so tickled. Woo! I would be so tickled. But I would love to have you. I would love to see you there. And if not, I know y'all are praying for me. And I know this platform loves me. So I'm okay. Don't think I'm gonna feel any kind of way if you don't make it, you know. And again, there will still be an episode of Solace Saturday on that Saturday as well. So I will not leave you uncovered. Okay. So I think, did y'all get the information? If not, we can just come back to it. I'll post it again at the end or towards the end of this segment. So as you know, this month we've had guest speakers. Thank you, Auntie. Don't make me cry. We've had guest speakers, and as you also know, this is also Mother's Day weekend, right? So I thought the smart thing to do for this weekend would be me. I am your guest speaker for today. We're not doing the book. I'm following protocol and procedure like I gave all my other speakers. We have a theme, we have a topic, and God just made it all make sense at 6:30 this morning. I don't know why he keeps doing that to me, but it's kind of making sense to me now. So last week we had my awesome mommy nanny on last week. Did you enjoy? Okay, her name is Renee Moore. Her name is not Nanny. Her name is Renee Moore, but that's Nanny because I feel disrespecting. I feel like I'm disrespecting her, calling her by her name. So we had Nanny on last week, and she spoke on Naomi, and her topic actually, which I forgot to announce, was wisdom of strength, right? And her subject was Naomi, and she talked about the strength of moving on and going on and with life after major losses. And it was just, and she aligned it with her own life, and it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. We sat and we ate and we gleaned and we just listened and we learned and we got what we needed. Hey Rhonda, if you just tuned in, I need you to watch the replay so you can hear me talk about your son. So we dealt with Naomi last week, and so today I'm your guest, I'm your speaker, and my topic is the wisdom of love. We're dealing with the wisdom of love, right? And we're shadowing women in the Bible. And it was so weird. This story that where God took me. And so we're just gonna jump in. We're just gonna jump in it, right? Because I guess it's gonna all come together as we talk about it. right? So my topic is wisdom of love, right? So we're talking about love, but we're talking about the wisdom of love. And I don't think anybody's really dealt with that. We talked about love and First Corinthians type of love, and love is patient and love is kind, and love, is temperate, and love is not jealous, and love is not envious, and we get all of that. But if there's no wisdom to undergird that kind of love, it doesn't make sense. I feel like you're doing it just to be doing it. It's just like, well, because they said I had to. They said I had to come apologize to you. They said I have to love you. But when you do it for yourself, I feel like there's just a level of execution of wisdom that has to take place with love. So let's get into it, right? As I'm hoping it makes sense to me as I'm talking to you guys, right? So there's a story in First Kings, right, in the Bible, chapter 3. Entire story goes from chapter 3, verses 16 through 28. Auntie Linda, can you put that in the chat, or somebody? First Kings chapter 3, verses 16 through 28. So put that on the screen for me, please. I forgot to put it in the banner. I'm sorry, you guys. But the abbreviated form of this story is about these two women, right? They go to the king. And at this time, it was King Solomon. And we're going to hear about Solomon next month. One of my speakers are speaking on Solomon for the Father's Day tribute. So y'all definitely don't want to miss that. First of all, that Father's Day platform is fire. So y'all definitely need to tune in for that. But back to the story. King Solomon, right? He's on the throne. And I believe this was his actual first sentence of judgment as being king, right? And so these two women come to him. These two women, they both had kids. I believe they both had sons too, right? One of the mothers accidentally killed her child. She smothered the baby by accident, killed the baby. And so she was trying to literally steal the other woman's baby. And they all lived together. And there's a history about these women, because I did a little bit of research about these women. They all lived in the same house. So this is why the familiarity of the women and the kids and the baby was also not cordial, but it was easy to say, that's my baby, no, that's your baby, because they was all living together in the same house. And it goes on to say in further research that they were women of the evening. If you don't know what that means, in the simplest form, they were prostitutes, and they all shared the brothel together. They lived together. So one of the babies died, and the mother whose child died was trying to steal another woman's baby. And they go to the king, and they take this case before the king. So they're going back and forward. Oh, that's my baby. No, that's my baby. No, your baby died. They're going back and forward, and they're going through the whole scenario. King Solomon puts out this judgment, this challenge, if I can say it. He was like, all right, listen, I had enough. Bring me the baby. And they bring King Solomon the baby. And he's like, all right, you saying it's your baby. You saying it's your baby. You're both giving variations of this story. I tell you what, bring me a knife. I'm going to cut the baby in half, and then y'all each can have a piece of this baby, and y'all can just go on about your business, right? One of the women said, you know what? Never mind, King. Let's not act too hasty. Let's not do that. That's her baby. She can keep the baby, right? Let her keep the baby. And it was in that moment when King Solomon said, that's not your baby, it's hers. Give her back her child. And how did he come to that decision, right? Hey, Colleen. How did he come to that decision? He exercised wisdom of love. And this is where I'm at with it. I don't know how to explain it, but y'all gonna help me explain it, all right? there's just a level of wisdom that has to take place with love, which is why he knew the woman who said, let her have the baby, was the actual mother of that child. No real parent is going to see any harm come to their child. No real love from a parent is going to allow that to happen. That woman would rather let that woman have her baby as opposed to watching the king cut the baby in half. There was just such a level of wisdom in there. There's such a level of love in there. And you know what is sacrifice? And that's the word that God gave me this morning as well. To operate in that level of wisdom is sacrificial. It's sacrificial. Because it is, for that kind of love to take place, it's a sacrifice. And the definition for sacrifice is to suffer loss, right? To suffer loss, to give up, to renounce, especially for an idea or a belief, right? And then when there's a sacrificial love, and far as relationships, right? The common denominator of sacrificial relationships, or just and it could be with husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother to child, right? Friend to friend, brother to brother, sister to sister. In a relationship of sacrifice, you're choosing the other person over yourself. So we have wisdom, we have love, we have sacrifice. And to execute the undertone wisdom in love requires a certain level of sacrifice. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? It's that woman, if you read the story, it's in 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter, verses 16 through 28. King Solomon he felt the love. He felt the love of the two women, right? It's a mom. They lost a child. You're going to do what you got to do. But he had to exercise that wisdom. And wisdom says, you're going to do whatever you got to do to keep your child safe. And sometimes, keeping that child safe, there's just a level of sacrifice. And sometimes you got to just let them go. Let it go. Let them go. And in dealing just with our everyday life and circumstances, as much as you want it, at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to sacrifice for yourself. You got to let stuff go. You got to let people go. You got to love yourself enough to sacrifice the process of letting it go, whatever your it is. Thank you, Rhonda. Whatever your it is. It's a lot. It's a lot. The definition for wisdom is the soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. So King Solomon had to execute good judgment. In the sacrifice of the woman whose child it was. Wow, really, Colleen? Well, I thank God for the confirmation that I'm saying something that makes sense. Because this is just downloading to me as I'm sitting here, because I had no idea where God wanted to go with this. All I knew, he wanted me to focus on sacrifice for that level of love. And to sacrifice with that level of love, you need to execute wisdom. And ironically, this King Solomon that we're talking about, he wrote 2 beautiful books of wisdom. It's the book of Proverbs, hey Tay, in the book of Ecclesiastes, and they're in the Old Testament, and they're one right behind the other. Where he talks about life and sacrifices and choices and decisions and exercising wisdom. But we're here on Mother's Day weekend, and we're talking about the wisdom of love, because in order to operate in that wisdom of love, it's a level of sacrifice that must take place, like it did with these two women arguing over this baby. Okay, so let me show you what she said. That's what she said, Rhonda. You have to sacrifice, and you have to love yourself enough to let it go. This woman in the Bible, she loved her child enough to let the other woman have her baby. You know how painful that is? You know that depthness of sacrifice, that's that endless love, right? Like Diana Ross was singing about and Lionel Richie. Endless love. It's a lot. So when do we love ourselves enough to that extent, to that level? It's I don't know why y'all can't see the comments. Can y'all see when I posted? Oh, that's just Colleen acting up on the live today. But it's just something that God wanted me to share with this on this Mother's Day. I feel like, we give so much to the kids. We give so much to the husband. We give so much to everything else and the job. And when do you sacrifice for yourself? I'm not fooling up with y'all. Y'all cutting up today. Rhonda and Roberta Colleen says she's on YouTube. I'm dealing with this. Yes. Yeah, Berta. I appreciate your transparency. No, they couldn't see Carlene. Everybody else can see everybody else. But they just couldn't see Carlene. Berta. They playing on it. They having side conversations, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's get back into this. But I'm trying to make sure that my screens are okay. So that's why I'm actually entertaining this. But they cutting up. It's Mother's Day weekend and they're mothers, so they cutting up today. Yeah. Yeah. What about us? And I'm going to say it. You have these children, and then there's all these wonderful godparents and grandparents and guardians and the village and this, that, and other. Send them babies away. Sometimes you just need not to talk. You don't need to hear your own voice. You don't need to shh. Sometimes you just want to shh. You don't want to call a name. You don't want to fix a breakfast. You don't want to wash a sock. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. You have to, what, for me, and this was one of my thoughts about this whole wisdom of love, right? My growth place is love, simply because the lack thereof from my own mother, both of them. Real quick, the one who carried me, she carried me because she had to. She didn't want to. She had 3 abortions before me, and she was going to get rid of me too. but the doctors were telling her that she had to carry me. So that's why I'm here. Um, and then, but she still didn't want me. She left me in the hospital. So then the woman who raised me, um, for the lack of a better explanation, because I'm just now getting all the understanding of it, which is somewhat in the book. She raised me, but she didn't nurture me. I had shelter and I had clothes and I had 3 square meals a day and I was clean and I was educated. I wasn't loved. I feel like I was a check-off list. I feel like I was a chore. So this is why, as an adult, I struggle with love. I'm doing much better. But so in relationships, I wasn't, the guys that I dated and I wanted to be with, I felt like I loved them. But it wasn't until recently I learned, and I think I shared this with you guys, I learned that I was loving them from a broken place because I was broken. And we talked about the laws of attraction, right? And I was attracting broken men because I was still broken. And I had to learn that about me. And this is why I told y'all, stop saying all men are dogs, all women are trash. You got to deal with yourself. You got to deal with yourself. And myself deals with love. So my love was true. It was honest. It just wasn't displayed properly. I was attracted to what I was, and I was broken. So it looked like they were using me, but and to an extent they were, but the core of all of that was the fact that I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't exercising wisdom in who I chose to love. Thank you, Rhonda. True, Tay. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm in my healing process, and now I'm executing and exercising wisdom on who to love, because I think I'm a loving person in spite of it all, but I got to be careful who I give my love to, right? Because it's not beneficial for either person. It's not, because there's no healing. Thanks, guys. There's no healing. There's no growth. There's no maturing in that. So that's why wisdom is so key when it comes to love, because love is pure, love is innocent, love is selfless, love is one of the greatest feelings in the world. One of the most profound scriptures is, for God so loved the world, right? And my bishop said it either this week or last week. He said, and this is going to bless your life for those who want to get married. He said, don't be in love, be so loved. Y'all need to send my bishop a cash app. He said, don't be in love, be so loved. Love like God loved. For God so loved the world that he gave. When you so love, you give. You give. It comes freely. It comes naturally. It comes with no strings attached. It's just when you in love, I feel like it's limited. It's strings attached. It's if you don't love me back, I'm not gonna do that for you. No, I'm not fixing you no omelet with hash browns and bacon and eggs, and toast and hot coffee. You got to go through the drive-thru at McDonald's today because I'm not in love with you today. Soul love is, here it is. Soul love is sacrificial. God, I thank you for helping me with this platform today because I ain't know where we was going with it. Soul love is sacrificial. Soul love requires wisdom. Yeah, absolutely. That's who I am. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Be soul love. This is why when we get married, say the traditional. You can talk about how cute he was when you saw him walking on the beach, and I pledge my love to you, and we can do that too. But don't stray away from the tradition where it says for richer, for poor, for sickness and in health, for better, for worse. Just don't stray, because those are the principles of God. Those are the principles of soul love that he gave. Don't stray. I'm telling you, the word of God, if you do it right, and you apply the principles, you'll get the wisdom, and you'll learn how to sacrifice, and you'll learn how to love right. And you're going to argue. And you're going to argue, and you're going to be upset because we're flesh. But then you're going to tap into the wisdom of love. You're going to tap into it. And you're going to talk it through. And you're going to see what they see. And they're going to see what you see. And then the apology is authentic. And the love is authentic. That's wisdom. You're talking about the wisdom of love, right? You got to learn. True. Always. Yeah, but so much, yeah, love is an action, but so is wisdom. Wisdom is action because you got to think it. You got to think that thing through. Really? Really, Rhonda? Wow, I didn't see that. I did not see that. Wow. So, well, look at God. Look at confirmation, because I don't know where we're going with this, but I pray it's making sense to somebody. You just got to, and this is why we deal with ourselves. This is why we got to deal with ourselves. We got to make sure we do it God's way. When my bishop said that thing 2 weeks ago, I fell off my couch. But it makes sense because you're executing wisdom. You're practicing wisdom. And then it won't be so hard. You're going to be a little edgy. You're going to be a little attitude-ish. We are who we are. You understand what I'm saying? But it ain't going to be that hard. It ain't going to be that difficult. You ain't going to sleep on the couch. Or he ain't going to hang up with the boys. Or you ain't going to go run your miles with your girls. They ain't got no good advice to tell you. Not too many of them. Had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I don't think they like what I had to say. And but they asked me, and I was just like, I'm not, because you don't want to hear what I have to say. No, I want to hear what you have to say. You sure? You ready? That's your fault. They ain't want to hear that. Haven't spoken to them since. I pray all is well. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And you were wrong. Wrong. There's a group of men. Or should I just say, yeah, there's a group of men that want to be loved and want to grow and want to change. And it's going to take a certain type of woman that's going to be rooted in wisdom on how to love their pain away. It's going to take stamina. It's going to take persistence. It's going to take strong faith. It's going to take wisdom. It's going to take sacrifice. But you got to be strong enough for that. We gotta, if you're doing it right, then keep doing it right. But some of us, and I'm gonna raise my hand, we gotta reevaluate and be like, oh, okay, this is why that didn't work out with so and so because, okay, okay, those are not his flaws; those are your flaws. So fix you, and then see if that's what you really want to be with. Because then that's not it. Because you were just attracted to that person because of the pain. You'll share the same pain. So if you want to stay in pain, then you'll stay with that person and you'll stay in that situation. But if you want to heal and you want to grow and you want to be better, because this journey is about bigger, better, greater, then you got to deal with you first. You got to let that go, because they go to sacrifice, right? You got to suffer a loss, because if you was really into that person, it's going to hurt a little bit, because you was like, man, I thought that was the one. I thought this job was it. I thought this is what I was supposed to be doing in life by now. So now I got to start over? No, you don't have to start over. You're just continuing on a different path, a different view. That's it. You just crossed the street. We're still going forward. We just crossed the street. Because the end goal is to go forward. The end goal is to be bigger, better, greater. So, but you don't know what your bigger, better, greater is until you heal. You heal and you love yourself and you apply wisdom and you do your pros and cons. Because that's what I had to do with me. Because I need to, what is the problem? The problem is you, Reese. Oh, okay, well, let's fix that. Because I have a lot of love to give away. And I got to make sure that it's executed correctly to the right person, to the right people, at the right place, and at the right time. Yeah. Yeah, Rhonda. It's a lot. It's so much to that, Rhonda, but you're absolutely right. And it wasn't like I was picking on them, I'm blaming them. That it's the truth. It's the truth. And we have to learn to accept the truth about ourselves. Otherwise, you're going to keep repeating the patterns, repeating the cycles. It's the moving with the guards up. That's the problem. Right. I agree with that. I agree with that. So when are you going to allow yourself to heal so you can remove the guards? Again, it starts with you, right? It starts with you. And this is why, we all want love. We all want that experience of love, but you got to exercise the wisdom of it all. Do your work. Ask the right questions. Are you willing to sacrifice letting go of getting what you want? That woman gave her baby up. She would rather give her baby up than to see the king cut it in half so they both can have a piece of this baby. Now, was he really going to do it? I don't know. But his actions got results. It got the truth. Indirectly, it got the truth. Because the woman who was the actual mother of that child let the baby go. I'll watch him grow up from afar. But I'm not going to kill my baby just so we can both. No, you take that. Wisdom. It's so key. It's so vital in everyday choices, everyday decisions, especially when it comes to love. Especially when it comes to love. Love don't hurt. Love don't hurt. Love does not hurt. Love doesn't hurt. Love is a beautiful thing when it's done right, but you got to do it right. Even in the disagreements, even in the arguments, you be like, did you really just say that to me? Did you? Huh. Okay. The essence of love does not hurt. People hurt people. This is why wisdom is so key in all decisions and all things that we say and do. This is why I explained to somebody a couple of years ago about grief. And because people are so nasty, I'm going to say nasty, maybe they just don't know what to say. But, there's comments like, you should be over that by now. Like, are you crying over that again? Like, "Oh, I thought you was over that by now. Oh, I thought the grief is birthed from a place of love. So you're going to have your moments. You're going to have your moments. Have them. It's just grief is another form of love. The action of the loss hurts. You miss that person. But this is why we have memories. And we have stories and we have stuff for that. Ironically, I ain't got no good memories. Not of them two. I don't have. I don't. I have great memories of other moms. I have great memories of the children that God gave me, like my stinking diva and my brother's kids, Shug and Nika and Poppy and Nene and all of them, So all my surrogates, Tasha, Robin, Janine, those are my surrogate mothers. Their kids are definitely my kids. That's how I came to Auntie Mommy. Stinking Diva, those are my girls, period. I have great memories of them. I got stories for days, and I'm forever grateful for them. But that's where I'm at with it. There's just certain memories that I will never have as a mom. And I don't know how to feel about that. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't know how to feel about that. But in that thought and theory, I think in this season I'm going to seek God for wisdom as to why. And I know you've grown up in church. They say you're not supposed to question God. You're not supposed to ask why. Well, who else is going to answer me? Who else is going to answer me? So I think that's all I have to say today. I think that's all I have to say today. I hope I said something that you can grow on. You have to let go. You have to let go of your will. You have to let go of your mindset. You have to let go of what you wanted, of how you thought it was going to be. And that let go is some sacrifice. And I had to sacrifice some people. Like, okay, this ain't it. This ain't working for me. This is dead end. I got to go. And it hurt me. It hurt. It hurt me. But at the conclusion of the matter was, you're not what's best for me. That kind of love was toxic. It was manipulative. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was so much so I wrote about it in the book. It's actually in this book. That story. The story about my mom, the one who birthed me, the one who raised me, that story is in this book. This is the book that's helping us heal. After all of that. Right? After all of that. But again, there's the information for my ordination service. I hope to see you guys. If not, I believe it's streaming that morning. The name of the church is in there. So please pin it, put it on your calendar, log it in on your phone. I love you all. I really, really do. Thank you all for listening to me babble. I felt like I was babbling, but I hope I made some kind of sense today. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. All my sisters are on here. My cousins is on here. Those who's gonna watch the replay, happy Mother's Day to you all. Um, Happy pet owner day to you all, because you are mamas to your pets. Shock and Rufus, be nice this weekend. Luke, be nice this weekend. Um, I love you guys too. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be okay. But next week we have another great, phenomenal speaker. To everybody on YouTube, that's where I was at. To everybody on YouTube, happy Mother's Day to you guys. All my God-given children, my daughter, nieces, my son, nephews. I love you all so, so much. Y'all go ahead and read the handmade cards and eat the runny eggs and the burnt toast, because they're going to fix breakfast for you guys today. And the blacker than black coffees and the gifts and the stuff for the things. Y'all eat it. Y'all tell the kids how beautiful it was. All right. Y'all have a great, blessed, phenomenal weekend. We'll be back next week with a guest speaker, not me, a guest speaker. And it's going to be phenomenal. And, every round goes higher and higher, deeper and deeper. And yeah, that's all I got, right? So until next week, y'all stay safe and stay encouraged. Bye.